Okay, let's go to the top
Yeah.
5 things to watch next week.
So next week, so number 5, I wanted to just touch on the aerospace index. So obviously this has been one of the hottest sectors during the last kind of big surge in the markets, and it's been sort of muddling here, more or less. And so here I'm just going to pull up. This is the iShares. Here we go. This is your iShares aerospace and defense ETF, and obviously Boeing did a big break to the downside. I've been short Boeing with my members at Big Picture Trading, so been a good day today. But the
Yeah,
thing
so
is,
that's why you're drinking the Caesars and enjoying yourself.
oh, absolutely. I'm gonna
Yeah,
have a
well,
few
that
more
was a
after
big
this.
move. Let's pull up Boeing. It's down 23.5 bucks as we write this,
Yeah,
345.
yeah, I know it was a bad break, and to be honest, I all along thought I was very suspect of the rally. It just
Yeah.
it didn't sit well with me in the first place, and so the fact that this is breaking. But the bigger question is this the end of this advance? I mean, we have seen aerospace defense running from basically the Christmas pretty much until the second week of September. It's been almost a straight line higher. And we have now seen a sustained distribution lasting almost like 6 weeks.
Yeah,
And,
but Patrick,
and
if you draw one of your fancy dancy dark magic trade lines there,
it hasn't
I don't
broken
think
yet.
I don't think it's broken yet, right?
Not this trend line, you're right.
Yeah.
But
So
but this is why I wanted to put it on the top 5 things to watch this week, because I just feel that it's pretty interesting to just find out whether or not this is just a short-term blip or whether we're seeing a bigger topping formation. I mean, let's watch. I personally, at least I have a stake in Boeing to the downside, but
right.
beyond that, I am impartial and want to see what happens. Any
Number
opinion?
4. No,
No
I have no
opinion, no.
opinion. No opinion.
Amazon earnings. Now, Amazon has been one of the dog fangs, right? Like it's
Right.
just has not been able to make any progress back up since its July high. So the S&P,
It's
Nasdaq
because
made it back.
Jeff's selling for the new wife, I think. Seriously. No, I'm just kidding. I doubt he.
Of course it
he's
is.
doing that. Yeah.
Anyway, so we've got earnings coming up in on, I think it's Thursday of next week or something like that, and we haven't had a meaningful turnaround, and every rally has been more or less a retracement. It reverses and sells again. Will earnings be a catalyst to break it down, or will this massive correction come to an end and it joins Apple on the upside and starts to get some momentum? What's interesting is, even if you pull up, let's say, those social media stocks, right? And you can see that they've just been dogging, at least the ETF has been dogging it. Now, Amazon's not a social media stock, but there's certain components within this NASDAQ that just have not participated whatsoever, right?
For sure. Well, my favorite part of the Amazon story is the fact that Mark Cuban recently announced that he bought $1 billion of Amazon, which corresponded nicely to the fact that Jeff has sold $1 billion of Amazon this year.
Sold
So
to
there
you,
you
buddy.
go. I actually kind of feel I'm going with Jeff on this one. I bet you that Mark's going to be more wrong than Jeff. But who knows? Mark's Cuban's a pretty shrewd guy. Maybe I'm wrong, but I just feel that it's gun to my head. I kind of think that it's headed lower before it's headed higher. What do you think, Patrick?
The chart looks like shit. I'm on the short. I don't have any short, but I'd be on the short side if I had to pick.
Number 3. Let's have a
number
look.
3, the ECB press conference. Now, we really goochered this one a month ago, right?
We didn't goocher. We just messed it up.
Yeah,
we goocher a lot of things, but we just messed this one up because we
thought last time it was Mario Draghi's last hurrah, but actually Lagarde takes over. I think you were saying November 1st, right?
That's right, November 1st. So he's got one more that he's got to do. And then he can pass it on and go right into the sunset and do $250,000 speech. Events, so he can make himself a fortune, right? Isn't that what he's going to do?
Oh, why wouldn't you?
Yeah, he's just going to give speeches maybe he's going to join Citadel.
Well,
Isn't that
why
what?
not?
Isn't that? No, I think that somebody did that. Wasn't it Bernanke that joined? Anyways, I can't remember. Who
Yeah.
knows what he's going to do? But we got one. We got a big ECB press conference coming. Let's face it. The ECB can only screw things up. The reality is that the monetary system, like monetary stimulus, is out of bullets. They have to just stop trying.
Say
to
the
fix
word
things.
fiscal. Let's go one market huddle episode without you saying the word fiscal once.
Okay, I won't say it. Number 2. Oil.
Now I'm going to
Okay.
leave this one to you.
No such thing as a triple bottom. Big shout out to our viewer. Do you have it on the screen here? Can you pull it up, Patrick?
Yeah.
Path O'Bear, which he actually found. He says triple bottoms do exist. I found the perfect spot for a market huddle meetup if Patrick and Kevin ever come to Philly. It's called Triple Bottom Brewing.
Yeah.
And you know what? The only thing that was most amazing about this is that BTC is Twitter handle is BTC Path O'Bear. That's a Bitcoin guy, right?
I don't know.
BTC, doesn't that stand for Bitcoin?
Yeah.
Right? So I'm just amazed that he still listens to me after I say all the things. But
Well,
anyways,
he says
keeps
bear. He
Yeah,
says
yeah.
bear. So he's bearish.
Oh, that's
I mean.
true. Oh yeah. No wonder he listens to me. He loves me. Because let's check in. Let's check in on Bitcoin. Let's check in.
Yeah.
Where is
okay,
it right
hold
now?
on. I'm gonna pull it up.
$79.61, down $85 as I write this. Only
Is it gonna break?
$79.
Oh,
only
hey,
$7,900 and $50 above.
Do you call
fair
that a
value?
triple bottom in your eyes?
Yeah, no, it's going to break. Anyways, it's headed to fundamental value. Let's go back to oil for a second.
All right,
because
but
we
so
were
let's
joking
yeah.
about it and saying that there is no such thing as a triple bottom, and it actually got me worried because I do believe there is no such thing as a triple bottom, and the fact that oil did try to go down there at $52 or 51.5, and we're bouncing off that, I'm actually kind of nervous. And do you know what would make me feel really good about getting nice and bullish oil, Patrick?
What would that be?
I don't know, like an inverse prairie dog. What would we call that? I can't remember. I think we
That's
had
called a
word for
loon
it.
dive. It's called a loon dive.
That's not funny enough. That's not a good. We
No,
gotta,
but I didn't. Yeah.
we got to come up with something that's like. I think we had one at one point. I've forgotten it. But basically, inverse prairie dog, where the thing,
Mallard.
Bright-
Wasn't it something mallard?
I don't know, it breaks $50. Everyone gets good and bearish. I hear all this shit about like technicals, how it's going to 20. And then you buy it with both fists. That's what I really like. Even though I'm bullish now, it would make
But
me
you
feel
know what?
even
It
better.
didn't. I mean, it has really bad inventory numbers, and it went up.
Oh, but what's interesting about the inventory numbers, I must say, I traded that day because I saw it, and I saw the inventory numbers were ridiculously like large, and I saw the initial reaction was a sell, and I thought to myself, like every single time that there's this kind of something that is like an inventory number that moves one way, they always go the other way. It's like you can't trade it on the inventory numbers. And in fact, the bigger and stupider it is, the more you have to fade it. Now, I realize I'm not an oil trader. Real oil traders are going to be laughing at me. But I think too many people look at inventory numbers as the most important factor, whereas I think it's more of a global commodity, and they overdo American inventory numbers as a determinant of prices. But that's just my opinion.
Yeah.
That and a subway token can get you home some days. Number 1, let's have a look.
So number one, the Brexit vote.
Oh, yeah. Okay, we got to talk about this. So, Patrick, you know one of my favorite trades is long FX vol.
Yeah.
Like I'm long dated
Yeah.
yen, I'm long dated euro, and I delta hedge it, and it's been good to me so far. It hasn't. It's so cheap that it's easy to kind of scrape out some enough delta hedging. But I kind of looked at the pound, and I had a look at the pricing of this thing, and you know me, Patrick.
So you had to do it. You had to sell it.
I had to sell it. And I looked at it like the front month on like I'm just an odd lotters because I just have to trade over the counter. I mean, I have to trade listed stuff as opposed to the guys who are trading over the counter. But I go look at the CME front month, and it was trading like 14 bid. Like most currencies, like if you go look at like even the pound, like the March stuff of next year is trading 8, and a lot of currencies are in the 6. So 14 is like through the roof. I suspect that this weekend we are going to have the market thinks that we're going to have this monster move in the pound, and I don't think it's coming. I think it's going to
Really?
move. Yeah, I think it's going to go 200 one way, but it's not going to be enough to pay for that. And that's the trade here. Is
Well, 200. By the way, we have to point out the fact that I epically lost our pound bet, right?
Oh, that's true. I forgot about that.
Next week I'm gonna be laying low on the podcast, but maybe the week after when I'm settled in back in Toronto, we should do a part of the episode where we review all of our bets. So that
we should. Let's do that.
Where we stand.
Let's do that because I'm looking forward to my burger, my pound burger. It'll be good.
Yeah, the pound burger. You're getting paid because you were right and I was wrong. You're
that's
not going to hear it many times.
That's twice you said it this episode.
Yeah.
I don't know. Something's gone wrong. Anyways,
Something's
Brexit vote. I just think that it's not going to be this dramatic for sure one way or another. It's most likely going to be more of a muddled affair. And even if it goes through, I don't think the pound is going to like 140 overnight. I still think that the selling vol here on this weekend is the right thing to do. I know that's crazy. It helps that I have some other vol and some other stuff, and I did it small because it's still a short vol trade. It can still hurt, but that's what I like to do there. Okay.
All right. And by the way, we have number 0.
Number 0.
We're Canadian. So so in our top
Patrick,
5,
did you forget something on the top 5? Is that why?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
And worst
it's not
of
that
all,
important or anything, right?
No, it's Canadian elections.
That's right.
And I there was a window for me to do early voting before I left for Florida, and like I fucked it up. I basically
you didn't vote. I have a strict rule that if you don't vote, you're not allowed to complain about the outcome.
I can't. But you know what? I'm like tempted to like fly back just so I can drop a ballot.
But Patrick, if you don't, I'm not letting you complain ever.
Well,
I have a feeling you're going to be upset.
I'm going to lie to you. I'm going to lie to you that I did.
Okay. Anyways, it is a big deal. What's your prediction?
Our Trudeau will probably win. I mean,
it's going to be a minority government. It's going to be Trudeau running a minority government with the NDP. That's my prediction.
I mean, that's a pretty good odds. I mean, the Conservatives have a shot, but I mean, it's not a shot in the dark kind of outlier. I mean, it could happen, but it's not probable.
Right.
And so
okay.
But do you have a view? Is that going to move the Canadian dollar?
Nope, it's not going to. It's a nothing burger, as you say.
Yeah, unless it's a surprise.
Yeah. But it won't.
I mean, if the Conservatives win, then we could have a big reaction. But if the Liberals have a minority government, I think that's priced in. Nothing happens.